Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to you. Welcome back to me. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad to be here. Now, first of all, today we're talking about all-in-one programs. For the next few videos, I'm going to be focusing on STEM products. Every day, though, you know, I do a question of the day. I'll do a neurodiverse, helpful hint, or a fact or information of the day. If there's anything you don't want to hear, just hit skip and you'll go to the next section. Okay, or skip or next, whatever you want to call it, and you will go to the next section. So first up, question of the day. Do I prefer neuroscience or real science for kids? Real science for kids has two different things. They have the focus on and they have the building blocks. Building blocks is like grade 1 through 8, and it might even go higher than that now. And it's the 5 areas of science: physics, chemistry, whatever the other 5 are, whatever the other 3 are, astronomy, astrology, I don't know, whatever. I'll put on the screen. And it covers that. It goes into the history of it. I mean, I think it's a fantastic program. I prefer their focus on series because it's condensed and it's to the point in the 5 different areas of science, so that they have one like a grade 1 to 4, and then they have one grade 4 to 8. I think it is something like that. So you're able, a middle school one, an early school one. That way you're able to do a lot of other fun things like neuroscience. Whereas Real Science for Kids covers 5 areas, neuroscience covers 1 area. So you'll be able to do a physics one, you'll be able to choose a chemistry one, you'll be able to choose a biology one. And what I think is cool about them is that you could do them as a summer thing. For example, so it's a study unit, but it's not. It's like way more than that. It comes with books, comes with activities, things like that, experiments, and stuff comes with all the parts, almost all the parts you need for your experiments. Very cool. It's like $200. And so you get a lot for it. Like I said, you get your books too. So it's grade 1 through 3, but you can choose one of the 3 areas. So for that, I would always choose the Real Science for Kids focus on, would be my primary thing. And then the neuroscience, I believe I have the physics, and you can choose physics, chemistry, or biology. And I would do it almost like a Friday thing or a summer thing, just to delve in deep and cover it. Because if you're doing the focus on, you have a lot of other time in which to choose any science you want to do, any study units, any mini units, things like that. So it kind of takes the pressure off. So that's what I like regarding that. So that was the question of the day. The neurodiverse tip of the day is that some kids and some people, I know because I fall into this category, need more vitamins and minerals from food than other kids. And I think neurodiverse kids fall into that category. You just need more. Kids with, so for example, I had OCD, so I needed more vitamins and minerals that you get from fruits and vegetables than I think other kids do. So that's just my opinion. And I also give, I think, magnesium too, which can be given, as a separate tablet. You can't get everything from a vitamin, unfortunately. And I don't give vitamins all the time because I don't want to create their body to create a reliance on it. I just do it occasionally in case you miss something or whatever. It's kind of like a security deposit, I guess. Savings. So that's just how I do it. And that's just what I think. And I will cover, someone asked me to, another question was to cover diet in it. And I will, because to me, I've seen a great impact from it. Okay, your free thing of the day is the Marine Biology unit. You can get it from The Good and the Beautiful, a marine biology free unit, downloadable. It does have a lot of Christianity mixed into it, so if you are secular, you can't really separate it out in The Good and the Beautiful. It's not like campfire curriculums where it's just one box called Faith Talks, and you could separate it out. It can't be separated out, so if that bothers you, then you will want to avoid this unit. But there you go, it's free and downloadable. And remember, if you have that super cool printer, what printer is it? Is the Epson printer. I believe I have the 2800. You don't need the newest model. It will give you, what is it? It's like 7,800 pages for $40 of ink. So print to your heart's content. All right, so let's talk about, so STEM product of the day that we're talking about today. I want to talk about, it's a miss. It is the Kiva. K-E-V-A. The reason it's a miss is merely because, I want to show you the other product of the day. Maybe I can show it to you in action. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw that. I just killed a mosquito. This is another product of the day. Now that I live out in the country or in the woods, I'm not sure what you call it, this is my new best friend. Before you go to bed, I also have a mosquito net, but this, before you come in, before we have that net, we'd come in, before we go to bed, we shut the door, and then just kill everything. Kill it all. It's pretty sweet. And you can't get electrocuted from it. Everyone's touched it. You can't really. It's got a fence on top of it. But yeah, kills the mosquitoes. So there you go. You can get at Canadian Tire if you are in Canada. In the United States, I will put on where I would get it from. And it was like 10 bucks. So it's not much at all. Okay, so back to products of the day. The Kiva was a miss merely because it's just a bunch of building blocks with some balls. So I just think you can, if you could create that some way yourself or just use regular building blocks, I don't think it's that special. But maybe I'm wrong, but we've used it a few times. I don't think it's that special. So let me talk about some other products of the day, which are very cool. So this one is Gobble It Gobblers. Gobble your way to 3 in a row. So what's interesting about this is it's tic-tac-toe, except some of them are bigger and some of them are smaller. So it's like it's marketed as the first strategy game for kids. So even at, 5 and up, that you can take a big one and hop on someone's little one and take over their spot. So it's simple, like tic-tac-toe, but it's got an extra element to it. The next up, my favorite strategy, I think it's a fantastic strategy game. I find they can do it from 4 and 5 and up, but 7 is where like my one son is starting to shine with the strategy. And this is Othello. You just flip it over. And let's talk about all-in-one curriculum. So when you think of all-in-one curriculums, I get it. We all want the perfect curriculum that is low prep, entertaining, easy, educational. You know what I mean? It's like the kids enjoy it. It's easy for us to put out. I get it. That's like a unicorn. Not a lot of programs like that exist. Most of them contract out for something. They contract out for math. So for example, if you're a secular and you want to use a literacy program like Torchlight contracts out for science, language arts, and math. So there's not too many all-in-one programs. One of them is Abeka. It's been around 20 years. I love Abeka, but I don't mind that it has Christianity in it. If it's a Christian program, so that may not be for you. But that is an all-in-one program, has its own math and everything. So even if you look at like Apologia does science and math. They don't have literacy in there. So you can, of course, create your own curriculum and do eclectic and do, add different elements in. And even though, like, say for Torchlight, for example, it says you choose your math, choose your science, choose this, it's still, a lot of times they have a schedule for you to help you out. But again, I prefer to do my own schedule. But another company that kind of has it almost an all-in-one, they do recommend the Singapore math, but what it is, My Father's World, and it's a beautiful, easy program. Like, it's easy to implement. It's laid out very simply. Sunlight and Bookshark, their programs, it's definitely eclectic. They don't have an all-in-one program. It's eclectic, and you choose your art if you want an art. That's the thing too, is all-in-one programs generally don't have art in there. They generally don't have, like, The Good and the Beautiful mixes it in with language arts. So it does have it, but sometimes they don't have music, different programs. So it really is. Veritas Publications, or Veritas, is another all-in-one classical program. Classical means old. That's what it does. I mean, it's more than that, but when you think of classical generally, like Rod and Staff, it's been around a while, because another one is Memorial Press. That one's been around a long time too, and that's an all-in-one. That means they have their own math, they have their own. So that's the thing, is that's what I don't consider all-in-ones. Like Bookshark and Sunlight, I wouldn't consider them all-in-ones, mainly because, now y'all know I don't like their science, but I have a lot of their other programs. Oops, hold on, I gotta use this. Got it. Love that thing. Sometimes you can smell them burning. I know, you'd think it grossed me out, but it makes me feel like I accomplished something. So those are some programs that are all-in-one, but I have a lot of Sunlight and I have a lot of Bookshark, because it's the same company, Bookshark Secular, Sunlight Christian. So it's the same company, for the most part, same materials, like the same, a lot of the same math, same stuff like that. But again, it's not their math. Like, you choose a math from there and they add it in. So they give you a plan, a written out plan, like a schedule, I guess you call it. It's not the easiest to read. I don't like it. That's personal preference. I've showed it to you before. I will try and show it to you again, but I just don't like it. It's not that I don't like the curriculum. It's that I don't like their schedule, and I find reading their schedule very difficult. My Father's World is very laid out and easy for me to read. I don't get overwhelmed reading it. I have trouble even making it through. Oh my gosh, this morning. It rained yesterday. This is my new life. And this summer I'm going to show you some camping supplies as well. Not because I love camping, I don't, but because I've been forced to use a lot of camping supplies. So I will show you some of those as products of the day as well, or duds. Hits or misses. Yes, so for example, like a lot of different programs, like Heart of Dakota, it's another good one. It's an all-in-one, if you will. They do have a math or reading, but you can sub out a math or reading. So sometimes it's easy and their schedule is very clean and clear. And sometimes it's like Sunlight's, it's just a little more complicated. Like you're reading page 71 to page 49, and I like it where you pick up and go. That's just my personal preference. So there are some things like Blossom and Root. Blossom and Root is secular, and it is, for the most part, an all-in-one. As they get older, you'll have to pick a math and things like that. But when they're younger, it's an all-in-one, and it's very well priced as well. And it is secular, but there's nothing in there that, as a Christian person, I think someone would find offensive. So it's just a gentle nature program. If you want something, it has, like, one of the elements is nature. If you want a gentle nature program, they have that in there, and it's not very expensive. So there you go. Oh, the preschool all-in-one programs. There is a preschool all-in-one program. I've talked about it quite a few times. It's a very good program. So I'll put it on the screen. I believe it's creativekidsvirtualpreschool.com is what it is. And I think it's free. It has like 400 lessons, and you can do them all within, like, you get 3 months free or something. You could do it all, or it's like $7 a month to continue it. And it covers all that stuff. Like, covers math, covers, you got worksheets you can do, you got crafts you can do. So it's a very cool program. Okay, so I think that is, yep. So again, just to sum up, we got Veritas, Abeka, My Father's World. Those are really the only three. Do as you wish. And we will see you hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully very soon I will have a video almost every day or every second day. I'm getting back to it. It's hard, but like to figure out how to incorporate this all in my new life. But my new life's starting to calm down, so I should be able to do it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Please like and subscribe.
Please like to like.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Hit the bell for notifications.